If you have been on Upwork for some time and failing to get your first job, don't worry. I'm here to share a few tips that will help you to get started. Hi, I'm Luna Soul. If you clicked on this video because of my amazing thumbnail and don't know what Upwork is, I'll tell you that Upwork is an online freelancing platform. And trust me, for you to make any money from this platform, you need to bring a skill or two to the table to be of interest to this market. Now, don't fret. You don't have to be a master of all trades. That's too much work and honestly quite impossible. It's easier, however, to be an expert in one or two areas. So, what is your skill, huh? UI, UX design, data analytics, software development, writer? Okay. Maybe I'm starting off huge and hot here, and you don't have any of these skills. I mean, I definitely don't. But what I'm trying to show you is that you need to identify what exactly you are skilled in, whether you got those skills through a formal education or not. So let's say that you've figured out your skill. Congratulations. On Upwork, it is better to streamline your skills to increase your chances of being hired. For example, we pick writing. It is a common skill and quite competitive, so you have based on a specific niche for you to increase your chances of being hired. Right now, business to business, business to consumers. Copywriters are absolute gold on Upwork. The same applies to all other skills. But in order to get some of that Upwork money, you have to first create a winning profile. You know what your skills are, but now it's time to help potential clients understand that ability. Getting started depends a lot on a good profile. One thing that can help you is to read a bunch of top-rated freelancer profiles. It's a painstaking task, but completely worth it. I'm not saying copy their profiles, but looking through them will help you frame a winning profile as well. You will notice that, as you read through the profiles of these top-rated freelancers, you might even want to work with them, and that's the emotion your profile should incite in the person who reads it. Use single-line summary as your introduction. It should be clean and straight to the point. An example of a single-line summary should read something like, competent virtual assistant, professional copywriter, B2B content strategist. When you get to your profile, make sure it's attractive. The length might vary, whether short or long. It's up to you. But you must let your personality and knowledge be obvious to your clients. And you do that by telling your client what you're doing, what experience you've had in the industry, and why you think you are the best fit for his project. And if you are worried that you do not have experience to show, learn to sell yourself or ask AI platforms like ChatGPT to help you come up with a winning profile that has no experience. AI has made life 1,000 times easy. Learn to take advantage of it. Include your educational history, because Upwork actually recognizes your educational background, especially if it is related to the service you are providing. You could easily be labeled as a rising talent if you have a degree, whether it is relevant or not. Also, add your professional experience. This ties into the point I made earlier. This is so important to clients. If you don't have a website, start with one. Blogs are easy and free to create. Getting started with Upwork without experience is easier when you have a body of work. So link your website or your online portfolio. Even if all you've got is a site that rarely gets visits or content you've contributed to other people's sites, link it all. This way, clients know that you're a real person and not a robot, therefore are worth the investment. Now listen, you will have to be realistic and start small. You might want to make your first $1,000 in your first month. I mean, it's possible. But is it going to happen for everyone? A lot of people who start on Upwork, especially writers, earns only $300 by the end of my first month. So no, you won't start making thousands right off the bat. The jobs you get will not pay much, but they are helping you hone your skills even more. And in the process, getting that experience that will command higher pay and more offers. So start little, and then push yourself to grow. Expand your knowledge by taking lessons, reading books. As much as I'm pushing you to be humble, don't be afraid to do the work that scares you. Even if you feel underqualified, just apply for it, and if you do get the gig, give it your all. Remember, the idea is to grow, not to be perfect. Learn to identify high-performing clients. Okay, so there is a lot of sites like Upwork, sites like Guru, Fiverr, and all the other gig websites which are are currently overrun by more low-quality clients. It will not be unusual if you happen to apply for a job, but a few hours later, the listing has been taken down and your connects refunded. It is very frustrating, especially if you spent some time crafting an amazing application. Now, who are these low-quality clients, you might ask? It's the client who wants to pay you $1 for a 1,000-word article. Shocking, right? But they exist. Or those content mills always looking for 20 freelancers to hire in one job. I advise you to stay away from those type of clients who don't have a niche and want you to write about anything under the sun like a zombie, and again, very low paying. It might be tempting to take on those gigs, because you might want to land your first, but remember, strive for quality over quantity. It's a job market, and where clients list their jobs, and you have the luxury of picking which client you want to work with. You can detect a great client from the first paragraph of their job posting. Number 1, they have good grammar. Number 2, they are precise with their requirements and have a clear budget. Once you get started on Upwork, you're going to work with bad clients. Often, since you're a newbie, sometimes you're desperate for money. But you should quickly realize that they weren't worth the fight. Here is what you should do. When you read a job posting, check if they have a payment verified check, and then see how much they've actually spent on Upwork. Look at the client's review. This will show you how they've interacted with the previous people they worked with. Imagine Amazon reviews, but for an employer. The better the reviews, the better the employer. The client must have clear guidelines and specifications. You can't work with someone who is not specific, or else they'll have you running around in circles and leave you frustrated with an incomplete job. Next, learn how to write a killer proposal, because your proposal is everything on Upwork. Don't be lazy with it. Bring your A game. Now that you've found your dream client, it's time to write a winning proposal. You can't afford to waste your connect. Connects equals money. You and I don't want to waste money, don't we? So it's important to give each proposal your best shot. Read the job description in depth. Don't skip anything. A lot of times, serious clients will add some random word that they will require you to add in your proposal to show you've actually read the whole thing. Include any keywords that the client needs. Be confident but not arrogant. Tell the client why you are the best match for the job. Don't tell clients what you can do for them. Show them what you can do. Talk about your related background and clarify how you have made a difference to your previous clients. Link your previous experience, especially if it relates to the current job posting. Confirm that you can work on their terms. Check out that you do not have any typos. Imagine how horrible it would be if you applied for a proofreading job and your proposal has a typo or grammatical error was seen in your proposal. Absolutely embarrassing, right? I've tried to keep things real this whole video, and I have to warn you that even with all these tips, it's going to take time before you land your first gig. It will take you days, even weeks to get your first job, and in that time you would have even burned through quite a number of your connects. But listen to me when I say, you will surely land your first gig if you stay and don't give up. Freelancing isn't a get-quick-rich scheme. If you thought this was an easy cash grab, it isn't. It is work. The truth about Upwork, freelancing, life, and just everything else in general is that you get out of it what you put into it. Make sure you're a professional with all your clients. When you land your first gig, correspond as professionally as possible. You shouldn't agree with unreasonable deadlines. Ensure you give yourself enough time. Lastly, always deliver. Make sure your client is happy, particularly in the first 5 or so jobs you get. And ask for reviews. You shouldn't be ashamed to say, "I'm glad you're happy about my work. Can you leave me with a 5-star rating, please?" Most of the clients who are happy with your work will do that. Even if all they say is "excellent job, thank you." Having a review like that is better than having no review. Connect with experienced freelancers. The best thing you can do as a beginner freelancer is to learn from other experienced freelancers. You can take paid masterclasses. Yes, I said paid. Those payments were an investment that will pay off. Community trumps competition. Don't burn bridges with other freelancers. It's not worth it. You can't take all the clients with you, believe me. Tell me what you think down in the comments section of the tips I've given to you. Do you have something to add to them? Let me know. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification so that you can know immediately I upload a video. This has been Luna Soul for Techie and Money. I'll see you in the next video.